Hello out there. Welcome to the Heavy Montes podcast and my comedy show, December 5th, 2025. Today, America, we want to talk about the MAGAT Supreme Court, America. Okay. Now, they made an appalling decision yesterday approving the Texas racial gerrymander maps. You understand, America? Now, that Supreme Court, okay, was a MAGAT Supreme Court installed by Donald Trump, you know, all six of those bastards, they say, and also by Republicans, you know, a handmaiden, an Uncle Tom, some sexual deviants, they say, and America, men and one woman who were put there by, they say, the Heritage Foundation on a lie. The lie was that they would be constitutional judges, and call balls and strikes. But everybody want to go down the list right now. I'm gonna say a couple of things here. One, America, the Supreme Court Justice, they said his wife is getting fucking kickbacks and shit on information from him. I don't know how true it is, but it's probably true. He was installed, in the opinion of Henry Monte, as a voter suppressionist, and he had to take and do what he did. Now, I'm going to go back in time a little bit. I'm going to talk to you about Clarence Thomas, an Uncle Tom, and a traitor to his nation, a low-down, dirty, maggot dog, married to somebody who they say was involved in January 6th. You understand? Actively. His wife is an active Republican, and he said he don't even talk to his wife about shit, which is a lie. Now, so the Republican Party founded this fucking Uncle Tom, you understand, and placed him in charge of the EEOC because, when Sandra Day O'Connor put together the affirmative action thing, the Supreme Court Justice, she said one day in America, the people will be even and we wouldn't need affirmative action, any of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And Clarence Thomas, he put it on speed dial. You understand? He went in there and said, that's right. We're all created equal. And put the EOC, the Equal Opportunity Place, that's supposed to protect blacks and minorities and women. He destroyed it. Clarence Thomas did. You understand? He destroyed the EEOC and made it to today. If you are a woman, you understand, or black or minority, and you file an EEO complaint that says somebody discriminated against you in the federal government, you have a 1% chance of winning. You understand? Now Henry Monte represent people, who've been wronged by the judge. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can represent you. And in every case that I have filed, I have what you call a perfect record. They settle with me, you know what I'm saying, and restore these white women and these black people back to where they want to be, racist. You understand? So the system that you white people are out there talking about that protect blacks don't. They don't protect women. They don't have protection. Huh? I said before, the federal government is one of the most racist organizations in, you understand, Democrats and Republicans. And I worked for 42 years, so I can tell you that. You can go along, you can ask the blacks and they'll tell you it's a racist organization. Okay? And the federal government, the people who work for the federal government don't make a whole lot of fucking money. So the Americans are getting a good damn deal, cheap. Huh? And these people, get an education and they live off a little bit of money because they love to serve their country. Huh? Not attack the governor of Michigan and try to, kidnap her and things like that. So America. So the Republican Party, have this Supreme Court, like I told you, this MAGA Supreme Court. And each one of those Supreme Court justices, okay, don't want to be investigated by the American people. They're part of it. They're criminals. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? White supremacists, handmaids. That's who on the Supreme Court. Now, I'm going to go a little further with you there. Now, Bill Maher came out on one of his shows and said that the Republicans had all the guns. That's a fucking lie. You understand? They're outnumbered. You understand? Yes. Liberals don't banish their fucking weapons. They keep them at home and they wait to see what's going on. They don't be walking around with a fucking gun scaring your fucking neighbor. Guns aren't made for that. You understand? Even if you had an AK-47, it's made to protect your goddamn family if somebody attack you. You understand? Yeah, that's the different story. So you go right ahead on down there in them little raggedy ass red states talking that shit. You're already taking our fucking money in the blue states, huh? And talking shit about it and destroying our fucking country and gave us a goddamn fucking maggot president. Okay, America, we'll stick on the Supreme Court. It's kind of hard this morning. The Supreme Court, they just said these six maggots said it's all right to use race. You dumb fuckers. Don't you understand America? You so-called fucking white people, you're the fucking minority right now. The only reason why you're winning right now is because they're cheating. You understand? Because most of the white people in America, especially the liberals, they don't go around talking about they're white. You understand? They don't be going, oh, they don't give a fuck. They love the country. You know what I'm trying to tell you? They love black people. They love gay people. They love everybody. These people who you hate, they love your stupid ass too. You know? They try to fight for your rights and get you health care and all that shit like Biden did. And then you give us a maggot, rapist, god dang old president. Not America. The Supreme Court ain't worth a damn. Okay? They're gonna, try to fix it for Trump. And they're afraid that it's not gonna work. Because we'll investigate them. We'll get rid of them motherfuckers. They'll all resign. They'll resign real fast. Because once I'll say something to you, when a judge usually resigns, they usually don't go after them. So they're gonna say, oh shit, the Democrats take over, they're gonna find out what all this illegal shit we doing. And they'll quit. I don't even think we're gonna have to reform it. I think we'll be able to get rid of them bastards. Okay. They ain't worth a shit. Now I want to go back and give you a little history lesson about the Republican Party of America. The Republican Party, okay, has sold their people a bunch of shit. Using religion, the courts, and racism, to get the people to where they're at. 77 million evil, dirty dogs voted for him, and now for Trump, and now they want us to treat them decently and give them, our federal dollars continue from California, Tennessee, voted, in a district that Donald Trump is destroying, the farmer and all this stuff, and they voted for Donald Trump anyway. They voted for this goddamn man. Said that the women don't like Nashville. Not that she wouldn't be great for them and give them shit. Like Kamala said, she black. She's a woman. Because they got them motherfucking maggots, man. They are fucked up. They don't know where the hell they're coming or going. I see them driving by my neighborhood. I wave at the stupid motherfuckers who voted for Trump because I know, because they had a fucking Trump sign in their fucking yard. And they got small businesses. I don't buy shit from them. Fuck, I don't buy shit from a maggot. Don't buy shit from them. You understand? You ain't even got to tell them some bitches good morning if you don't want to. What the fuck you gonna tell them good? Ain't no goddamn good morning in America today. That Trump is president. We won't have a good morning until we get rid of each and every Republican. Now in America, the reason why I'm smiling, because they really thought they was gonna pull this shit off. They really thought they were gonna take Project 2025, and put together this maggot king. Now I was reading in the Bible this morning, because everybody is, Southern Baptist. And one of the things I was reading is about why do bad people prosper? But they don't. King James, Solomon, he was a smart man, he said. And he said that everything was vanity. He said he had all this money, but he's going to die. You understand? And these Republicans, so he's going to treat people right ways on earth and live a godly life. These Republicans, shit. They say, look, we can enslave these black people. We can kill all these Hispanic people. We can blow these people up in boats, kill people, who's surrendering in the water and shit. And we'll pray to God and say he forgive us. Don't work that way, America. You understand? Either you're good or you're fucking bad. And the Republicans are bad. I keep saying that. When I first started doing these podcasts, I used to make it this simple. Republicans bad, Democrats good. And so what happened now, I want to let you know something. The Republicans have been playing the long game. They've been working on this shit a long time. They did an effective job playing these people out of their money, their lives, and their souls. You know, the minority, Tucker Carlson, okay, you're out there telling people that, people are trying to take your space. The other guy is saying the same goddamn thing. You understand? We want to end racism in America right now. We don't want to wait until black people or Hispanic people take over to treat the white people bad because they ain't no fucking white people. I'm going to tell you one goddamn thing. Most of the so-called white people that Heavy Monte know are great fucking people. You understand? If they're not a Republican. Okay? I don't accept Republicans. Republicans are just gone. They're fucked up. Okay? And I don't have to have them in my life. Okay? And I try to avoid the motherfuckers. Okay? And we need to avoid that Supreme Court, and we need to avoid all of those people in those political offices because they have done what we can see and what we can hear. They're telling us that we're of different races, so we can't love one another. They're telling us that if a gay person, we can't love them, with straight, or transgender, or our family members. They are the judge and the rulers, and they play God. And they say their president is God, a big, fat, bloated, nasty, stink-ass, rapist dog. And Heavy can say that. Huh? I can say that. Freedom of speech, because that's what he is. Falling asleep on the fucking job and embarrassing the nation. Farting and shitting, doing all kinds of stuff like that because evil has an image. And that image is Donald Trump. That image is the Republican Party. That image is the Supreme Court. You understand? That image is the 57% white women who voted for Donald Trump. You understand? Somalia, the Somalians, what do they call Somalia? The African people, they voted Somalia for Trump. And Trump's kicking the motherfuckers out. And they on TV talking about, oh, we voted for you. Don't do this to us. He don't like you because you're black. He don't like you Hispanics because you're Hispanic. He don't like you gay people because you're gay. He don't like you gay people, transgender people because you're transgender. He don't like you white liberal because you accept everybody and you want to be an American. He wants to use the American government like a cash register, an ATM machine. It's all about the money, America, your money. They're taking it and they're spending it on themselves, like the Hunger Games, and your dumb ass starve. So if you're I'm telling you, Republican, you fucked. You better take and turn your ass around because people are hip to your shit. Your children gonna fucking starve. You understand? You're gonna be unemployed because you're walking down the road with the devil, and the devil is death and destruction. The reason why your country is burning is because you have elected evil. An evil Congress, an evil Senate, Democrats, and an evil Supreme Court. And these people are playing for keeps because they know they're going to fucking jail. They know when the American people see what they're doing, they will be horrified. The MAGAT will be horrified. You know what I'm saying? And they are horrified. But they're too goddamn dumb to leave that motherfucker because they have been brainwashed. You ought to go to Fox News, right? And ask them what the fuck they're doing. Ask them why they are state-run media. Ask Laura Ingraham was her father a Nazi. Well, ask her brother. He'll tell you. Ask these anchors on Fox News how much money they got for spreading that fucking poison to the American people. You understand? You see what I'm trying to tell you? All right. I'm going to leave here right now in America, but I'm telling you right now, the subscribers are coming. We have met our 500 subscriber goal. We set at 730. We're going for 1,000. We need everybody to subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. So I can tell everybody, never, ever vote for a Republican. Now, there's a song out there. They say what you see is what you get. And what we see is a criminal Supreme Court. What we see is a criminal president, a pervert, they say. They say the man is a pedophile. They say that he's sleeping with our children. You understand? And Heavy Monte has a lot more information to give out there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're playing a podcast, you're playing a speech, but excuse me, this stuff that the Supreme Court did America to us, you know, by rigging the election and keeping the war going to try to say that blacks should hurt whites and whites should hurt black and try to race war here for us. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor who's white, who I love, my wife who's white, I love, grandchildren, we are all fucking mixed up, you know? And the Republican Party is doing this to us. We got to vote about America. This is Heavy Monte saying never ever vote for a Republican again, and please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. In the Supreme Court, them some no good dirty dogs.